in a fundamental way, I mean, when you're burning out, you ask for help. Or where you're in crisis, you ask for help. So that's like, I mean, just part of the like basic framework. I mean, we'll get into some of the specifics of it, but like, I wanted to give you guys coping skills before I got like super far down the line. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I've reached a point where I don't think I can right this ship on my own, you ask for help, and you try to ground yourself in whatever way you can. Like for me, being barefoot helps. I find that this reduces stress, helps me calm down. Quite a few years ago, I would have never done this. I would have said I was allergic to the outdoors. Literally had allergic reactions. As I worked on my mental health, my physical health's improved, and grounding or earthing, depending on what you look up, has really helped. So. I don't think I've ever spoken off a phone with notes. I print them off. I'm like, I'm so happy with that. Then I was like, I'm going to bring my laptop. No. So we're going this way. So my day job, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, which means like I spend a lot of time talking about mental health, a lot of time getting mental health help. That's the background I'm speaking from, so that's like thousands of hours of training. Some of you know that very, like, practically. And so, I spend like all my days kind of like helping people navigate wherever they're at in crisis. So sometimes they're stable and like, okay, we're going to do some deeper work, and sometimes they're in crisis and we're going to like stabilize. For me, when I think about burnout, I think of the times I burn out. So the first time that I can technically say I burned out was 2004. I was throwing a lot of concerts. That was like my big thing. I was working really hard as a promoter. And and I look back, the thing that I was disconnected from was support and community. At the peak of that project, I had a staff of around 17. By the time it ended, I had a staff of about 2, and I was still doing the same amount of work. I experienced like, kind of like, who am I? Exhaustion at a very, very deep level. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, what the heck's going on with me? I didn't know. I'm not really sure how I got out of that. I don't remember like a moment where I was like, okay, I'm better now. I know that I had friends that kind of came along and held space for me as they could. On my last record, there's a guy named David that I sing about that he kind of just showed up. Like a pastor friend that I didn't know. I now consider him a friend, but like he just sought me out and said, I want to know you. How can I support you? Which was like bizarre to me because I'd never had somebody that I didn't know just like be like, I heard about you and I want to be your friend. And I mean, he might have saved my life. I don't know. It was huge. But I would say my friend David was probably the number one grounding source for me in that space to like give me a spot to like talk. And that helped a ton. The next time I burned out was 2007 that I'm aware of. Again, these are like, I was trying to like pick some dates. I did a 140-day U.S. tour by myself in a van. And a week into the tour, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to push myself to the point where if I don't caffeinate, I'm going to die. So I drank coffee and energy drinks, and I swapped them out the whole tour, pushing myself to my physical limits. At some point, my eyesight started going. I started losing my night vision. My body started shutting down. Literally, I had like reduced flexibility. I had about 8 hours in a day that could be like functional. And so I was booking my concerts in accordance with that, knowing that I had to sleep as soon as the show was done. And I'd say it was burnout. Like, and it was affecting my body very, very seriously. When I got home, I took about 2 weeks to kind of I don't know, like my eyes came back and my body stopped, like had energy again. So I'm like, I was looking at all the like burnout resources, and like, I think the CDC says burnout's only related to work, and I was like, I just don't agree with that. Like I think burnout or compound stress can be related to anything that's compounding your stress. So definitely not talking about just a work thing. Somebody asked me, is it a church thing? What can be? Can also be a home thing, a family thing, a mental crisis thing, from my perspective. So. I'm going to play a song about one of the first times I burn out, because it's fun. Stop the walks, a second slip through the hourglass. Poetry unlimited, forgetting lessons past. Trying to there we go. Like rushing. It's not helpful.
Slow down.
Trying to make better plans at the same time we slow down. In my Ford Econoline, rushing from town to town. So I run, you can't catch me when I run. Stole away for an hour with a good book in my room. Conference call in 30 minutes, approaching too soon. Full of good intentions, of visions without plans. House with new electricity that's built upon the sand. So I run, you can't catch me when I run. Medicating caffeine when I really need to sleep. Triple down my efforts as I struggle to find peace. So I run, you can't catch me when I run.